Yo, what's up? Welcome to Madhouse Pro. I'm in the building. If you don't like it, you can get out my building. Hey, I'm shooting this from a different camera today, so but you'll get the side view of me as I do this. Today I'm working on a mix, right? Uh, Real quick, as we mix engineers, master engineers, recording engineers, and producers, right? We all work together. Um, we listen to our tracks and we listen to other people's music and tracks. And at the end of the day, all we trying to do is, does it sound good? Does it sound good? Yes or no? That's all they want to hear. Would it sound good on all mediums like cell phones, headphones, TV, stereo, car stereo, wherever you listen to it, you want it to sound good. So you hear most people talk about your recording environment, treatment, and all that stuff, and that's good. Uh, just make sure you learn to the level of your understanding. Quit trying to go deep diving into other people level. It happens a lot. Oh, if you're not doing this, you're wrong. You don't have time for that. If it sounds good on your headphones, which most people listen to headphones or the earbuds or cell phone, it's good. Don't get caught up into that because then you'll be in a rabbit hole, especially YouTube. You'll be on YouTube. Oh, this, and don't get me wrong, because there's some good things on YouTube. But anyway, let me get out of that space real quick. So I'm listening to my tracks, and this is like in the early stages. So I only do about usually 16 to get a feel for the sound. Usually for me, within 16 bars, you kind of got a general sound of what everything is going to be like overall. You may add some things later, but this is just for a mix purpose. And sometimes you can mix the first 16, and I'm gonna just show you a few techniques that I use to get to that point. So I'm gonna take everything off of solo, and I monitor. This is what I monitor right down here. Yellow, good. Red, of course, means stop, right? Green means go. We're not gonna get into all that, right? So let's just look at it a little bit more when everything. Let me go to my mixer. I can see I'm peaking. All right, so this right here, these little red lines let me know that I'm like in the red, right? Red means stop, right? I already know from looking at and previously mixing at this stuff a little bit before I turned on the camera. There's things that you could do to address the peak. You know what I'm saying? You could put a limiter on it. You could compress it. There's so many things you could do, and a lot of people out there have different ways of doing it. We're not going to get into that. We're kind of using the visual and our ears on that one. The visual, what we see, give us our warnings in our ears. I got bad hearing, but that's another story for another day. So what do we do? Or as an engineer, some people could do this stuff on their own. Some people can do this stuff on their own. Let's get into it, right? So we'll just solo this track right here, and we're gonna just let it bang, right? So the kick that I monitor is hitting close to red, right? Like, okay, remember, all this space have to be shared with the other instruments. They have to be, right? So we just go bring in. Right? So let's just solo the top one, right? Usually I'll go down, right? See, some of that's hitting in the yellow. Yellow plus yellow equals what? It equals up to red, right? So, one thing that I usually do, and I go to contact, right click, and you could hear this from other engineers if you're watching YouTube or just if you ever sit in on a session, they'll tell you how they address it. Now, I got this maxed out up here. Well, it was like at 8, at 12, right? So I could take this back down a little bit to 5. You can adjust at your level, like meaning the instrument that is being on that channel. You could adjust that VST sometimes if it's a VST. You adjust that channel by the volume. and keep it moving. You know, if you still need more punch and things, you can add VSTs to that. But we're just gonna, sometimes the volume automation is the best thing. So let's see. If I take all that down, that's what you get, right? So when you bring it back in, you kind of monitor. Well, I monitor my master right here, which is right here. A quick way of doing it. Put the mouse right there. Left click. That's at 1. So just about 3. Now let's go to the drums, right? Or the kick drum. Turn it on together. Let me move that. That drum kicks hard, right? So in Samplitude, I could just grab this, and it depends on which objects I got changed. So my mouse mode, universal mode, which helps volume control, you could do that one. It's a lot of different ways to touch it. I like to use the universal mouse mode, so I grab that. And if you go to the middle of each object, you see that little thing pop up? It turns into like a fader, right? Object volume, then I could just turn it down, right? And still hitting. Let's take it down. So it's still relatively loud, right? Sitting about at -5. That's good, but now the next thing is to mix it all together, right? So you could turn in some of the other instruments bit by bit to see how they affect the track, right? So we'll start up. But it's still keeping the punch that I need. And I kind of show you each instrument, kind of give you guys an idea of, you know, other VSTs out here that are generators that you could use. So we got Kontakt right here, first track. Second track, Ascensions. A lot of stuff out here, y'all. I use different things. Let's go to this one. I use Ascensions on this one as well. Now I do have some additional stuff on that. The Prestige rack. What's this? Noise Ash. They got me. This was a sale. Facebook. It pops up. I'm like, oh, let me get that. It's just like a channel script. Somatics. Yes. I use this plugin. Pluto. It gives it just a different texture. So some things you could put on your sound just to give it something different. Let's go. So Maschine by Native Instruments, another great tool for drums that I use. And you can see that's what we was dealing with on that one. UAD. Can't go wrong with UAD. This is a native plugin. As you can see earlier, well, I got a Apollo Twin. So I use some of their hardware. Let's go on to the next one. Maschine, right click. So sometimes we need to just adjust some of the sound that's going in. Come right here, you could do it, where is it? Right here, this channel. I'm gonna take it down for you guys. So sometimes if it's not hitting like you need it, or you could just do an adjustment. Like I said, adjust from the VST if you can, if you're using just a VST to create your sound. Here's another one, Maschine. I'm native heavy today. So congos, I just showed y'all how to do that. We're not gonna touch that. It just sounds different by itself, right? Let's give it some hi-hats with it. So you still monitor down here. All that's in the green, but like I said, when we bring it together, we mix it together, we wanna be aware of the levels that's going in. Let's go down to number 7. And this is great. Now the clap, it bounces up to like the -5. Pretty loud, but that's the way I want it. That's the way I want it to sound. Very overpowering with a presence of what I need. Now, let me show you what I'm using for that one. So this was free. I got this, I forgot, and I had this for years, y'all. I mean, back when, oh my goodness, my baby was a baby. So it's been over 15 plus. But this is a free one I got. I just like the way it sounds. Some of the stuff, it just gets you right there. So that's that one. And then this last one right here. I like it. This comes with Magix, right? So I'm gonna show you the instrument. Now, initially, I'm gonna show you guys this because the volume that I always talk about adjusting on the VST itself, these are one of them instruments where I have to adjust. So I'm gonna change it by default, even though it say E-Bass default. Look at how this changes once I go down to a different instrument and then come back. You see that? It switched. So when I go back, so because this got distortion, when I go back to it, it takes it back to the default position. That's thunder outside. So I got to grab this and pull it up a little bit. Let's do a whole solo on this one. So it was like up here, right? Or something like that. Pretty big, eating up a lot of space, right? So I didn't want that. So sometimes just come and adjust it, y'all. That's all you got to do. Make it. Sometimes what they say, it's the minor things that you need to do to adjust it to make it look good. And that's the case. So let's bring everything in together, and then we're going to monitor here, and I open up the mixer. I got one peak, not bad. Let's go to the mixer. So overall, it's a good mix. I did see a video recently where somebody said, hey, all I do is let it go in the green. Hint, hint, that is dope. What he said, just let it go into the green. You ain't got to worry about peeking over. I can't even think of the official term. Clipping. You're not clipping. And most of this stuff, once you put it on an EQ, you could enhance or hit the certain frequencies that you want to need in the sound to bring it up. So you'd be like, oh, right up in here. So many tools out here, y'all. I mean, too many tools. Too many. And here, let's go since I got the mixer up. Got you guys about 13 minutes in. So when I hit this master plugin right here, for those who can see, plugin browser, I have instruments. All right, let me get off this. Let me go to location. Okay. Oh, yo, instruments. Man, location. Hint, my bad, y'all. I had a crash moment. Effects only, because we on the master bus, right? So it's going to show me when I click location. I could put it by vendor, which will break down every vendor that I got that's installed on this computer, right? And I could go through here, and they're going to pretty much already got it by the vendor. So if I need saturation or EQ, WA Productions, decent. Everything is decent. Certain ones give you different character, though. Different color to your sound on your bus, on the master bus, or just an effect in general. Universal Audio, I got a lot of their stuff. I like them. Great company. UJam, I forgot how I got mixed up with them. Steinberg. And I don't have all this stuff anyway. Sonovox, really? Vocalizer Pro, SoundWorks. Now this helps for my mixing overall. I bought this and all it did was kind of teach me how to mix. So I don't use that stuff as much, but it's a great tool to have. I could get into that later. A soft tube. Oh, man. Anyway, we could go on and on, right? Scalar Music got a thing? Audio. Anyway, so it's a VST effect. So you could come here to touch up on your bus. Like, let's go by category and let's go to EQ or dynamics, right? We'll just hit EQ. I don't know which one of these. I got so many of these that I done paid for. Oh my goodness. So mix master. We're going to go with a mix. Let's see if I don't have it. So I got to get rid of that. So what we'll do is I'll just go here to do, we could do a channel strip too. Mastering. No, I'm just finishing up a mix. Tools. Let's see. Vocals. So much stuff, y'all. My bad. Let's go by vendor. Audio plugin union. This is a thing that came with Magix. I got so much stuff. Let's go with a compressor delay. Somebody say something. Compressor. Let's go to this one, right? You want to compress the sound. I'm not going to give a class on this. But sometimes what I do is I will play. And I just grab. I grab a preset and see what it sounds like. Then you can bypass it. Clip once. Turn on the limiter. Take it off the bypass. Now, usually sometimes when you do that, you lose some of your dynamic a little bit, and you see in people always. You can look, right? That's about 0, but over to the right here, it's showing you how much you're losing a little bit. So what some people do, they give it a little bump on the output gain, which is right here. So if you see the output gain, you're like, give me just a little more, and let's see what it sounds. The thing is, you want to take the clipping away, which is right here, or on the mix channel. So that's all, y'all. Basic mixing things. Don't look too deep into it sometimes. You can follow videos, but like I said, don't get caught up in that rabbit hole to where you're just, I don't know what I'm doing, and read the manual. Straight up. Hey, I'm going to tell you guys, Universal Audio got something to where you read the manual and they kind of explain how their VSTs work. Ain't no kind of they do. They explain how they work. And it's like, invaluable. I buy a lot of VSTs, and first thing I'd be like, do they have a manual? Let me see how to operate it. Some of us went to school for this, some didn't, some learned by just reading. The reading is fundamental. So just think about it. When it comes to mixing, don't get too wrapped up in stuff, or creating, especially creating. Like you have to, you want to separate yourself from others, meaning for me to be different. So when they come, but it got to be a good different. It can't be that trash old different where like, man, what dude thinking? Or man, get that out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, and it takes a lot of practice. You got to put in a lot of time at this stuff, and some of that stuff's not seen. If y'all can see right now, it's 7:49. I've been up since like 5. I do other things when I get up in the morning. I may go pray, read the Bible, and things like that. So some people get up and we're dedicated. We like it. We do it for the love of the music, the love of the sound. And that's great. So my thing is just sharing. Like I like to share with people. I got a website up, www.madhousepro, MADD House Pro. I got a few beats out there, but I got hundreds and hundreds of beats on my computer that I haven't released. And it's just me, my stuff, right? I haven't put it out there for the world yet. So, but anyway, hey, this is Mr. Madhouse Pro. Thank you guys for watching. Mix. If you can't do it yourself, pay somebody to do it. It's your budget. But be blessed, y'all, and I'm out. Gone.